Hi guys, welcome to Unlock the Code with your host Sibe Matabata, where I give you the code that you have been looking for. Whether it be business, media, photography, modeling, whatever it is, I'm here to give you the code that you've been looking for. Today I'm not alone. I'm with a very handsome man, a very fine. I have the honor, guys.
Yo, she's making me blush.
But I mean, come on, tell us who you are, what you're about, what you do.
That's so hectic. Hi guys, my name is Sena.miso. Who am I?
Who are you?
I'm a young black fine man.
Oh. Don't leave.
I'm playing. I'm a creative in 2023. Yeah. And a culture contributor. That's why I say that. Yeah. What was the other question?
What do you do?
What do I do? I contribute to culture.
How? Tell me how. I want to know how.
In various different ways. I think one of the ways I do, and I do best at that as well, is expressing myself. So I choose to one of the mediums I express myself is through modeling.
Okay.
I enjoy modeling. If you go onto my IG page, you'll see the whole thing is basically about modeling and trying to create modeling content that's dope and that you don't see every day. I want when you go onto my page, because I use it as my portfolio. So if you go onto my page and it's like, yo, this guy is really the guy. If I direct you to my IG page, you must want to work with me immediately.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So yeah, that's one thing I do. Also within, I'm speaking on this, I think of myself as Batman or Superman.
Talk to us.
You understand? So superheroes don't tell you yo, I'm Batman. you just have him as the person that he is, and then you have Batman somewhere somehow, and you're yo, Batman's really the guy. But without going too much into that, I think I have a deep passion for finding talent, and also I have a passion and a deep love for creatives and young people who working towards a goal and trying to live off their dreams and their passion type of thing. Yeah, that's the best way I can put it. That's
and
fly.
Do you feel like the space that you are in describes you in the best way possible?
What you mean? What space? What I'm doing?
Yeah, what you
Oh
do.
yeah, definitely. It's weird now because sometimes I think everyone I have doubts yo, am I doing the right thing? Or and I also think about yo, I'm getting older, and what do I want to do? If someone was to ask me what do you want to do, or where do you see yourself, I don't know how to answer those questions. And it always makes me feel I'm not on the right path, or I'm not doing the right thing now.
Yeah.
But then there'll be times where I'm driving, subtle flex.
Oh, okay, a licensed man.
There'll be times where I'm driving and I'll be thinking to myself, I'll be yo, I'm fine now, but what we just did today is yo, it'll make me feel good because I would have been able to let's say for example, help someone out and help a young person out at that. Or if someone sends me a message and yo, Poison, thank you for this, yo, thank you for doing this for us. Sometimes they don't even have to send a message, but you can see the person is appreciative of what you've done. Yeah. That brings me comfort. I'm yo, shit, actually we're not doing too bad. Yeah, we're not doing too bad. Yo, it's going somewhere, and it's going somewhere beautiful. So yeah, I do think, going back to your question, I do think the space that I'm in describes me in the best way possible.
And what is the best part about what you do? What brings you happiness in what you do?
I think interacting with people.
Yeah.
I really enjoy being around people, but also drawing inspiration from people. Most of the people I hang out around or enjoy consuming the content and looking at and blah blah blah, as people that inspire me, and as people usually around the same age group as me. So I'll be looking, I'll be yo, yes, this boy is really rocking, yo. And then that will push me and inspire me to yo, do something, or do something I want to do as well, and be creative. So yeah, that brings me a lot of joy. But also making money, guys.
Can't forget the bag.
You must always be able to make money. For me now, yo, it's crazy. I hope I don't overshare too much, but it's
okay.
yeah, like I really like being an open book, and like sometimes the things that like I'll keep to myself, but like deep down I'll be like beating my chest like, yo, shit, I really did that, but I have nowhere to flex, so I'll flex here. So like, yo, making money is really important, but also it feels way much better when you're making money doing like what you love, and you're able to like not only help yourself but like help those around you. Like, that's really dope. And I think I also see that a lot within the space that I'm at, and like within the people that I work with, and like draw inspiration from. Like, all these people are able to change their circumstances and like circumstances of those around them.
And talking about the space that you're in and the multiple people that you interact with, the different personalities, how do you deal with that? Like, do you ever feel like you can't gel with this personality? Do you ever feel like, okay, this personality is like, you need to back up, like you need to give me space, you need to give me time? Like, I want to know how you deal with the different personalities and the different influences and all of that.
I hate cool people. I hate people who try too hard to be cool, dog. I think like being cool means you're able to be yourself like completely. Like, if you're just yourself the whole time, that's cool, bro. Not like trying to act cool. You know what I'm saying? And I hate people who don't show appreciation.
It's okay.
I'm just saying. Like, cause I grew up like, yo, at home, man, like my mom could buy you like a stock sweet, man, but she'll want you to say thank you, like thank you so much. Cause I was taught like, yo, people do things for you not because they have to, but because they want to. No one needs to do anything for you, but like people want to do something. So it's always dope when you show appreciation. So that becomes a challenge sometimes. Like, if I do something and then like I don't see the appreciation behind it, it's like, fuck this person's whack. But at the same time, like, I would consider myself a professional and also someone who's like mature. So I'm like, yo, cause I think, yo, my best friend and I like talk about this thing a lot, but like ego, right? So like my ego will be the one that wants to be like, yo, boy, thank you, like, you know, get that praise and get that, I guess it's a human thing, or a man thing also, type of thing. So like, I would want that, but then there's times I have to like correct myself and be like, yo, boy, you did what you're supposed to do. Like, you played your position, and whether or not someone like saw that or didn't see that or appreciated or didn't, it's like, it's okay, because you did what you're supposed to do. So yeah, so I never like, yo, man, like I would like to think I'm cool with everyone. I try to be cool to everyone. I try to treat everyone the same. Obviously, people that I look up to, I believe in fanboying, like hella, like, yo, old fanboy, like even you, like before we started, like
and
I was telling you like how cool I think you are. I think it's so important to like tell people that. So obviously, if you like someone that I'm really inspired by, like, I'll fanboy. If you're someone that I don't know but like you wanna like be within the space, and you're trying to like show me what you do or whatever, I'll just treat you with the respect and like actually like go check out whatever you do. And if you want input, give you input. If I don't have anything positive to say, I'll try to like sugarcoat it as much
oh my god,
as much as I can, but like still being honest. So I want to make sure I answer your questions, because I feel like I take too many tangents.
Nah, it's okay. I'll always bring you back. I will always bring you back.
To answer your question, I think I try to treat everybody with like mutual respect. And when someone like does something wrong to me, I never take it too personally, because sometimes people aren't aware of like what they do, what they're doing, or how they've impacted you at a certain time. So I never chest things too much.
Do you think it's very important that when you're in the creative space, you should have a thick skin?
Yeah, yo, you need to. But I think what's most important is knowing yourself. You need to know who you are, where you come from, like, because all those things help, bro. Like, there'll be times where maybe you might like something will be brought to the table that might go against your morals, or like what you believe in or what you're taught in. I'm not talking about Illuminati. I hope no one thinks.
No.
But you should say no to that too if it does come across your table. I think I would say no. But like other things, you know what I'm saying? And so if it goes against your morals, like, it's okay to say no sometimes. It's not like just that one thing is the be all of everything. Like, it's okay to say no. So I don't know if that counts as being like having a thick skin, but I think it counts as like knowing yourself. Also, you're gonna hear no a lot of times, and like a lot of people won't see your vision. Yo, fuck, this sounds like every other interview I've
No,
watched.
it's okay.
Yo, and the niggas are like, yo, they didn't see at first, but now they come.
Yeah.
But that's actually so real.
True,
like,
yeah.
a lot of people won't see what you see.
Yeah.
And you
That's
need to
okay.
be you need to be okay with that, because I watched this other thing and it's like, yo, boy, like, you know how hard it is, like when you think about it, it's probably so difficult to explain something that you saw in your head, and you probably
to somebody else.
Yeah, and like
that
you
doesn't
also
have the same vision.
you get me, and you also don't like see it completely. It's like most of the time what this person said is like, God will give you like a glimpse, like a snippet of that thing, right? And then you'll see that, and like you'll start building on it, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But you're building on it in your head, and then you try like paint this picture to someone else who has
coming out
bro,
like that.
and like they have an entirely different like perspective from you,
Yeah.
different like background and everything, and you're explaining that to them, and like
Is it
confused.
frustrating when you don't have people understand what you're trying to do?
Yeah, yo, it was.
How do you deal with that?
It was frustrating at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is maybe, I'd like to consider this like my first year, like being a full-on creative. But like, and people can take that however they want to take it, like your understanding of a creative. But in my understanding of a creative, I think this is my first year being a creative. And at first, bro, you're gonna have to prove yourself a lot. But with that being said, you're not proving yourself to other people. Proving yourself to yourself.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I had to come to that realization because, like I say, bro, like you have this like idea and vision in your head, right? And you saw a glimpse, and like you're building on it in your head, and then you try explain that to somebody else, and it's like either that person will be like, alright, boy, your idea is cool, whatever, but I don't know how feasible it is right now. Or they'll mize you, not because they want to or they're busy, whatever. Like people, like life is lifing everyone, you get.
It's not easy for anybody.
You get
it's
me?
a battle every day.
So yeah, there's multiple factors, and yo, Mvana, you must just do you, dog. Like just do whatever you want to do. Literally, you don't need anyone to tell you you can do it. Or do it. Just do it, and then be like, this is what I've done. People will believe in you more, or are more likely to invest in you or whatever if they see what you've done already. For example, yo, shout out my friend in high school. He told me, he was like, yo, boy, like you and this other hand could be like really dope models. This was probably maybe grade 10 or grade 11. I was like, yeah, for sure, yeah. But yo, at the time, like I had pimples, like yo, it was just not like it was not working out. Yeah, it didn't align to a lot of people, but like I think me at the back of my head, like it did align.
And that's what you wanted.
Yeah. I don't know where I spoke on it, but like kind of being a model is like kind of like always been within my life. Like at first it was a joke, or it was a way of like my mom like kind of protecting me, because like I have a long neck. Obviously you can see that. So like my family would tease me, but like in a family way. It was like, yo, this nigga has a long neck and like a big head. And I was skinny, like way skinnier than I am right now. Obviously when you're young and shit. And so like your big head and like skinny neck, and my mom would be like, nah, it's because he's a model. So it was like that type of thing when I was younger. And so that's where like I got the idea of like being a model. And then obviously I heard that in high school. And then and then I was like, yo, you know what? I think in 2021, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me actually try this modeling thing proper. And so I asked another model. Like I think this is what all models do. Sorry, excuse me. I think that's what all models...
I mean, you need to go to somebody who's been there.
Yeah.
You can't do it yourself. You don't...
But you know what's the funny thing? A lot of the times, as like an upcoming model, you look at someone just because they've done a couple of things that you haven't done. You think they far, like they've got... And then you ask them, and you ask hated questions. Like, I know some dudes have asked me some hated questions, like, yo, boy, how do you do this? How do you... And it's like, I don't have those answers either.
You're also just learning.
Yeah, I also don't know. But luckily, I asked someone. His name is Taylor, by the way. I follow him on IG. You guys should follow him too. fuck, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's the face of Wanda Lefoto. Wanda Lefoto is a luxury brand. A luxury brand in South Africa. South African owned as well by a black man. And yeah, he's the face. So I asked him, this was before he became the face, I think. I asked him, I was like, boys, and how are you doing this thing? He's like, hey boy, this thing, you really need to do it because you love it, because at the beginning, like, it won't really pay, and like, you're not gonna like really peep like, yo, is this really working? But just do it because you love it. So make sure if you want to get into it, you love it, right? And that's what I also tell people most of the time. And then he was also like, just do it yourself, bro. Like, if you have a photographer friend, link up with that guy, collaborate, you guys create something, put it out, and just keep doing that. And then, like, that's where you grow. But also, it's like, those are like the first steps, and then obviously, like, everyone has their own journey, so you'll figure it out by yourself, like whether you're assigned to an agency or not, all the little things, like, that's your journey to go on. So fuck, I even forgot the question. But like, what did you ask me actually? You forgot also. Essentially, anyway, so yeah, I think I have a way of like bringing it back. Like, essentially, you have to do it by yourself first. You always have to do it by yourself first. Whether like you broke or whatever, if you believe in yourself first, like, it's way easier to like get other people to believe in you. Yeah.
And what if no one believes in you? How do you deal with that? How do you deal with that? How do you feel like somebody who right now wants to do it, but like everyone is like, this thing, it doesn't pay, you don't get anywhere. How many people do you actually see do this thing? Like, also there are very few of you guys who are doing it. Like, I didn't even know about it until I knew you. I'm serious. And the first picture I came across, I think it was the one that trended for me, I think the most, was the black and white one.
Yo, those went crazy. Yo, those were wild.
I loved that shoot. It was like, I want to tell you guys, man, it was so crazy. Like, I wasn't there in the process, I didn't know about it, but I was like, when I saw the end result, I was like, okay. Yeah, I know. So this thing is an actual thing. Like, it actually, like, how did you come up with it? Like, but now it comes back to the question of, what if it didn't get anywhere? What if you go through all of this and nothing happens?
That's so crazy. Those are fire questions. Fuck. Yo, shit. It's like, it feels so real because I would like to be on the other side, like watching this and like listening to this, just because of the type of person that I am. Like, I like learning from a lot of people. So that's the first part. Second part is, I know it seems like, yo, shit, I've done a lot and like I kind of made it or I'm making it type of thing. But Mvana, like, it's not even that. Like, let me go back to all the questions. Let me answer question one by one. First question is like, what if no one believes in you? It shouldn't be about that. Like, it shouldn't be about, I feel like that's external validation. When I started, bro, like, you niggas like look at my teeth, like, I have braces on right now. Bro, like, if you look at my skin proper, like, I have scars, and I think I have my 1 or 2 pimples just now. It's breaking out because I was broke.
But now it's coming back.
Yeah, now we're fixing it.
Yeah.
But, bro, when I started, like, it was like I said, it was just that one guy who was like, yo, dog, you could be a model. And it was my mom, but that was like out of defense, and like, your mom was always gonna like love you or whatever, you understand.
She's going to be,
So no one, even when I was like, I think I told 1 or 2 people, and like, people were not like, you straight, you're like, nah, you get,
I'm serious. Come on.
Like, you, come on. So I experienced like a lot of that, but it's so dope. Like, when I look back on it, like, I don't think I ever paid it no mind, because I was doing something that I wanted to do because I wanted to do it. I don't want to do it because I wanted other people to be like, oh, that's cool, you're a model. I honestly, I didn't care about that. I was doing it because I was like, shit, this looks cool, I want to try this out, so I'm gonna do it. And obviously, with the advice that I'd gotten, I went into doing it. And when I did it, like, you look at other people, especially within the spectrum, you're like, okay, what's this person doing? What's this person doing? What's this person doing? Like, I'm very kind of competitive, but I also like learning
Yeah.
and learning from other people. So I'm like, okay, so this guy did this. This really, like, it looks dope. I like it. Other people liked it. How can I do this, but in my own way?
Yeah.
You get. Also look for like inspiration. I believe in like, if you're gonna do something that hasn't been done before, or we haven't seen in a certain way.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, nothing's new. I believe in referencing things.
Yeah.
So reference something, but make it your own. So going to like the pictures I took, like the ones that you're talking about, those black and white pictures, those were really dope. Like, I even have them pinned on my IG because like those are my favorite pictures, and a lot of people fuck with those pictures.
Yeah.
Those pictures, how they came about is those pictures are actually so deep for me personally, because I love art. Like, I love art as an entire thing. Like, expression is very beautiful, and I really believe in that. And just the effect it has on people, like people are able to heal through art, and you get me, like talk about like deep things through art. So that came from at the time I was like thinking about anxiety and like depression and just mental health, and like the negative things, right? Like negative emotions and self-doubt, all those things. And I'll tell you, like, I'll break down the references bar for bar. You guys must download Pinterest. Pinterest will help you with a lot of things.
Yeah.
So Pinterest, in terms of like the poses and stuff like people will see those pictures and like see my IG. I'm like, dog, how do you know how to pose? Mfana.
Guys, I'm gonna show like a video of this. Like, it was insane.
Dog, those things, it's reference. Like, I went to Pinterest, IG, look, I was like, oh, this how people are posing, this looks dope, this high end, you get that. So that's where kind of like where I got the inspo. I was like, yo, I really want to do something similar to this. And also from a Travis Scott picture, from Birds in the Trap saying Bright in the Night, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
He's like in a cage, right? And it's black and white, and it's like these like odd poses. It's like kind of like he's trapped in this cage and he's trying to get out, but at the same time it's like he's like scared of that cage, but he wants to break out. So it's like anger, a lot of frustrations that I could see. And that picture, like, it told a lot of stories to me. So I was like, yo, I want to do something similar to this. And if you look at those pictures, also the captions with it, like, and I also had like videos that were like a second part to that. Because for me, those pictures were like art for me. I wanted to talk on like depression. I wanted to talk on anxiety, but without being like, anxiety, depression.
Like without throwing it in our faces.
Yeah, like this video was like in life orientation in high school, elephant on the back. Like, I don't want that. I thought that was boring. Like, and it also is different. Like, you get me? Like, I want you to be like, oh, I wonder what this means, or why is he posing like this?
Yeah.
So yeah, I won't go into too much of that. I feel like I'm already in it.
I think it's very different. I didn't think that was the meaning to it. For me, it was like, oh, okay, he can twist and turn the possible, you know, wow. So now he's just showing it, but now you explain it, and it's like, it is so crazy.
Yeah.
And walk me through the process of preparing for your shoots.
Yeah.
Where does the idea start? Okay, now you told us Pinterest is where you get the pose and everything. Guys, download your Pinterest, get on your Zoom. But what is the process? Like, tell me from the moment you have the idea until the actual shoot.
Okay. I'm gonna answer a question, but I want to go back to the other question because I know really long tangent. Like, please stop me. I talk forever. You asked your question, you're like, yo, what if it doesn't work? Yeah. That stuck with me because I'm always like asking myself that question, but also asking Setu that question. Setu's my best friend. He said you're gonna have me here. I did it first, by the way. Yeah. But like, I always ask him that question. I'm like, yo, find out what if like it doesn't but how like we've always answered that question and he's answered it. It's like, and how I also like seen the question being answered by other people I look up to and other people I think go off to like really do big things. It's like, bro, yo, we only have one life as far as we know. Whatever belief you have, blah blah, I respect that, but and it's your belief, but we don't know. No one really knows what's gonna happen after this. You know, like if I die today, like that's it. As far as we know, as far as we can prove or whatever. So it's like, do you want to live your entire life doing things because people say you must do this and do that, or do you want to live your life to like so that you feel accomplished on the inside and like you happy with what you've done here? You get me? Like that's why I say like, yo, bro, if I can, like if I was to die today and like no, like I'll die knowing good to shit. You know what? I was enjoying my life. Like I was trying to live the life that I wanted to live. So it's never about will I make it or will I not make it. Well, I won't lie, it is about that sometimes because you need money. That's why I say you need money.
It's a must.
You know, but at the same time, you also need to be balanced because I have this mantra and a Bible verse that I live by is it profits little a man to gain the whole world but lose himself.
Yeah.
What that has taught me over the years is like, yo, bro, it don't matter if I'm the richest, most successful person to some extent, and I'm not happy. Like, I'm not happy with myself. Like, I wake up every day, I'm like, I have to go to work, I have to do this. So it's like, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a fulfilling life. I think we're here to find ourselves and to also enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like this should be a good experience. It shouldn't be a bad experience for anyone. And if it is a bad experience, you should try by all means to make it a good experience. Otherwise, it becomes like prison or like a sentence because you're here for, you don't know how long you're here for. So might as well just make this shit fun, bro. No matter how bad it seems, just make it fun. So that's how I try to always think about things when I think about, yo, will I make it or will I not? It's what is making it. If I'm able to live my life the way I want to live my life every day, then I've made it. Yeah, it's not about this amount of money that people try place on it. So you should never think about that. I think if I'm to give advice to anyone listening, it's, yo, try by all means to live the life that you want to live. Yeah. And then you should be good.
And the influence of the people around you, your friends, your family, how important is their approval or their yes and no to you? What effect does that have on you?
It doesn't have any effect.
Really?
Yeah, right now. But also, it took me a while to like get to this place, bro. Like if you look at my IG, fine now. We're always gonna keep going back to that because, like I said, that's my portfolio for one aspect of my life. But you go to my IG, bro, I have these pictures like that are crazy hectic, and like those were actually the first like modeling pictures that I took. They actually featured in a magazine, but like those were that was something convincing.
Okay. No, Flex, like please.
I have to. I say it though. Like I've nowhere to say this stuff, so I'll say it. Yeah. Those were pictures that I took and like did that like probably if like obviously my family saw them, which they ended up seeing them, like would be like, nah, bro, what's happening now? You shouldn't be doing this, or like, yo, this doesn't look good, or or like you gay or whatever. Those pictures were based on those pictures were based.
Just asking, just
you
a question.
Gay.
Maybe
do you think
people
I'm
want
gay?
to know. I don't know. Are you gay?
Okay,
I don't want to say.
I'm playing. I'm playing, but nah, I'm not gay. For the people who think I'm gay, I'm not gay. But yeah, sorry, going back to those pictures. Like those were pictures that were called gay or whatever. The shoot was for redefining masculinity, which is crazy. I feel like life is so funny because everything was all intertwined. So those were pictures that were like hella feminine, but with the touch of like masculinity
Yeah.
in the senses. So they wouldn't have approved of that. And also my friends probably would have been like, boy, what's happening now?
Trying
These
to
ones,
persuade.
you understand?
Yeah.
So, but I still did it.
You still did it.
Cause like,
and look at what it did.
you get me?
Yeah.
Because bro, as much as you think people care, people don't really care, bro.
Yeah.
Like no one cares. And no one can tell you who you are unless you allow them. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like for example, like I took those pictures. Do people call me gay? Yeah. But I know,
I'm not
myself.
gay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
like,
what should that matter
it
to
shouldn't
me?
faze you.
And hence, like, what should anyone's approval or disapproval mean to me?
Yeah.
Do you get me? Obviously, like one of the only people I always like, I guess kind of like seek approval most of the time is like my mom. But that's like, yo, that's my mom, bro. Like, I want to make my mom happy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would never allow what my mom says
to stop you.
have like a very strong hold in my life. Like I can't allow anyone to do that, bro.
Yeah.
And I think no one should allow that, bro. Like otherwise, what's happening?
And what do you feel like is a common or is a misbelief about modeling?
That you gay if you're a guy.
Oh my goodness.
I'm playing, but not really. Yeah, kind of that.
Is
like,
it?
Yeah, bro. A lot of, but also I won't even hold you. Like I think a lot of. It's kind of like there's some guy, like some designers are gay. You get me? That's like that's just what it is. There's like some designers who are gay, and there's also some designers who are straight. But it is kind of like a feminine thing. Some things that you do tend to be feminine.
Yeah.
So like people can have the misconception that like, yo, you gay. Or I know people, like a lot of people thought I was gay or bi, which I don't blame them for. I don't blame them for. Like it's okay.
As
like
long as he doesn't blame us. Yeah.
It's okay. Like I don't mind that really. Like I don't care. I
Yeah.
don't care. Yeah.
I'm glad that like people don't have this hold over you.
Yeah.
I feel like that is something that I read completely wrong about you.
Oh, you thought I cared?
Not that I thought you cared, but also with his topic, I had titled it "The Influence of the People Around You," because
crazy.
I thought you needed that. Like you were in a space where I kind of need people to like. I need to run my idea by this person, and they need to see my vision. I thought you were in a space where that is what it was like. But also, I've never known you on a personal level for me to be able to be like, bruh, he's not about that. He don't even check the likes and that. I thought you were like, yo, okay, are people liking? Are people commenting? So it's different for me to hear that. But you don't just model.
Yeah, I don't. But sorry, going back to that, like, I mean, I don't want to make it seem like, oh, this guy, I don't care what anyone has to say. And also, I don't want to make it seem like I've always been like this type of person.
Yeah.
For a very long time, I don't want to make it like too exaggerated. I cared, but always never too much. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done the stuff that I've done.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I've always like cared to a certain extent. And I've cared about what people think of my ideas and what people thought about my ideas, but not about me. I haven't really cared what people thought about me. Like I got to a point where it didn't matter what they thought about me, but I really did care what people thought of my ideas, because I felt like I wouldn't be able to do what I want to do unless people tell me, yo, you can do it.
Do it, yeah.
Or it's a dope idea.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of does trickle into like what people think about me, but it mainly had to do with what I wanted to do. So if someone said, no, you can't model, not because of you or whatever, but just you can't do it, or they would ignore me. And it's like, yo, I wanted someone to tell, like wanting someone to tell you can. Like that's all. Like I felt like I cared a lot about that, but not anymore.
All right, and you don't just model.
No, I don't.
You're a entrepreneur. You have a brand that you're building.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that brand and everything in the description too, and everywhere else too. But tell me about this brand. Where did the idea come from?
Yeah.
Where did the name come from?
Yeah.
Everything.
That's so dope. Shout out. This is dope. The brand didn't even start out as a brand. It started out as an idea.
Okay.
not for a brand though, because I felt like I had tried doing a brand like earlier, like in high school. I wanted to have a brand, and I tried, but it flopped. So, and I also didn't think of myself as a designer, right? So it didn't make sense for me to have a brand. So this is an idea that I came up with last year, probably around November, October, or something.
Yes.
This idea came from one of my other ideas that I had actually executed. So that was, I like doing community service. So 2021, yeah, 2021, I teamed up with this other lady, actually the wife of Neo, who owns Zanzu.
Okay.
Bunche, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bunche. She has a foundation, right? For girls, I think. So I saw that and I was like, yo, this is actually something I want to do, but it's not specifically for girls, but it's for like the homeless guys downstairs here in Hatfield. And I think it was around December, yeah. I was like, yo, could we possibly like organize meals for them or like do something just to give to them? And she was like, yeah, it's cool, let's do it. And then so she was able to help me out and she gave me some money and I was able to like buy food and prepare meals and give it out to them. Like we fed about like 25 guys, which I thought was really dope. And so
that's a lot of guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Considering also guys eat a lot, but that's a lot.
Yeah, we were able to like put out 25 meals. I hope I'm not lying. I think you can check on my IG. I actually have a reel on it. But I wasn't like showing them or anything. Like it was just me preparing everything. Yeah, 24 plates, 25 plates that we gave out. So fast forward, it's like the next year, 2022. I'm like, yo, I want to do something again, but I want it to be more long lasting a little bit. I don't want to just give. So all my ideas are most of the time like eccentric and like sometimes it can be like kind of common ideas but in an uncommon way.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I just had like a mind thought, all thoughts are in the mind, but like this thing was like, yo, excellence is doing common things in uncommon ways. So I was like, yeah, sure, that's fly. But yeah, so the idea was like, yo, actually, how do we do something with like people who are less fortunate and like not in a position of privilege? We do something to give back to them, but also like teach them at the same time. It's like, yo, you need to work for things to get things. Like no one owes you anything. So so it's up to you to
I feel like that is the toughest pill to swallow. That nobody owes you anything.
Yeah, no one owes you nothing, bro. So how do we teach them that? And so an idea that I came up with, also an idea that I thought would just be dope, like aesthetically. And remember I said I like art, so I was like, aesthetically, like what would look and like just like get people talking, what would be dope? It's like, yo, shit, it would be really cool if we got like the homeless to model for a brand. To model for a brand. Shout out to like my bros at Bellatron, because they had like we spoke about like doing a similar thing. But obviously sometimes, yo, like I didn't understand it at the time, like we spoke about it, but a lot of times like things aren't as easy as you think they are. Yeah, like
you'll have an idea and you'll be like, it's gonna work.
Yeah, like I could do this next thing.
And then
it's not like that, especially if you wanna like make sure that you do your idea like
do it right.
Yeah, like you do justice by your idea. So I was like, yo, shit, that would be so fly. So I want to do that. So I was like, yo, yeah, let's do that. And then I don't know, somehow I ended up thinking about it. I was like, oh, I wanted to do this with another brand, but I felt like no one was gonna give me the time of day to like do that or whatever. Not because they don't respect me or anything, but just because like it might not align with them. So I'm like, you know what? Let me not like
force myself into
but also just like get someone to like say, okay, you can do it. Let me just do it myself. Like I really believe in just doing it yourself. So I was like, let me do it.
Wow.
let me just do it. Like I don't have a brand, but we're gonna have a brand today. So yo, bro, the universe, like I believe in the universe, God, whatever you wanna call it, but it works in like cool, mysterious, funny ways. This the name of my brand is Padral, right? So I was on TikTok, funny enough, and I saw this video. These two guys were speaking about like colonization, And so basically, what happened back in the day, not back in the day, like years ago, is when colonizers would like colonize land, right? They, I think those Spanish people, something, whatever, I forgot, but they'll put a cross over like land that they've taken over.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we own this now. They'll
Yeah.
put a cross over.
there.
So that cross was called a padral. Yeah, I don't know how accurate this guy is with this
But-
information, but I took it.
That's what you saw.
That's like so
yeah.
Gen Z though. Like I'm just finding something on TikTok and I believe it to be true. I'm so Gen Z, so I took it. I was like, yo, that's dope. And then for me, what it meant, because I also wanted to see. I felt like I wasn't seeing brands in SA that were speaking on our history, like as Black people, as African people, and also that's another part of me that like I'm really passionate about, is like Black people and empowerment, and also just understanding like our history to understand where we're going, and just understand ourselves in the present as well. So it's an American brand that I really mess with. They always like touching on Black African history and their history as like kind of like Americans, and they putting that on T-shirts and clothing to immortalize it.
Okay.
So
I think I see.
yeah,
what
so
you're
I
talking
wanted
about,
to do that as well. So hence like padral is like, and then it's like, yo, but padral is like the cross that colonizers put over like land that's colonized. Man, for me, so creative type shit. But I believe like the same way that like Black Americans took the word like nigger, and like how you able to like take something negative and turn it into something positive. I thought like, yo, let's do the same thing with padral, which is like that cross that colonizers used, and let's take that and like we kind of like taking the power back. And it's like, yo, like now we have the padral, you get what I'm saying? We own it. You guys don't have like any control or power over us. We own it. So that's where it came from. And then so you get like, it's a lot of layers to it.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
I would have never thought that.
Yeah, I'm trying to execute. Yo, it's been so hard. I wanted to execute it a bunch of times, bro. I want to do it with my first stuff, with my second stuff. Right now we like on the hoodies, obviously. I actually want to do like a full track suit for like the homeless and have them model it, and then like I'm grateful for the people I have in my circle and the people I talk to, because I was speaking like out like say it out loud to someone else, just so I like, yo, does it make sense, or like is there a little sense in it at all? And so a lot of the things I was getting was like, yo, bro, I get what you're saying, but there's a lot of things that could go wrong with it. Like people could think like, yo, you exploiting the homeless without having like the context, like, yo, this is actually an idea that I had before. I'm trying to build on it in a way that like helps everyone out. Like, yeah, it's gonna help me in the sense like I look like this guy who's doing good whatever, right? But I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking, I was like, yo, it's gonna help them in the sense they'll have something to wear, and it's just like we're creating dope art, you get me? And then I was like,
different.
Yeah, it's also different. I like different things also. So I was like, you know what, actually, my cousin made me realize, yo, dude, take those proceeds. Because I was like, yo, the proceeds, I guess I'll take them. That was a bit selfish. I'll take them. But in my head, I wasn't thinking about it in a selfish way. I was like, yo, this is not only empowering like the homeless by like getting them to do something for something compensation, but it's also empowering me as an upcoming business. You get me? So I was like, it's a give and take. But then I realized, like, made me realize, like, yo, bro, at the end of the day, you're still winning more than what these guys are getting. So it's like, yo, you know what? Pay them the same amount that you'd get paid if you were tomorrow. So I was like, all right, cool, you're right. So we'll do that. But then, so now I have to pay them to model, and I also have to get the stuff made for the model. It becomes like a lot of cost, and then you're not able to do that because obviously like we're still upcoming and whatnot. And I would want to do it justice. Like in my head, I could see exactly how I wanted it to be laid out. But we continued like speaking about it, and it just wasn't feasible at the time. Hopefully one day we can like do it. Or if I'm not able to do it, hopefully someone who watches this can do it.
We'll do it.
But I'm gonna do it.
You are.
And what did I want to say? Oh, and then also like through that whole concept, like speaking about it, it also made me realize like, yo, how I related to it. Like I think everything I do it because
You relate to it.
yeah. Sometimes I might not see it like immediately, but later on I'll have like the afterthought of like, oh, that's crazy. Like the parallels and like the things I do are so crazy because how I like started to think about it was like, yo, actually the homeless like modeling this thing, and yo, trust me, that shit was gonna look fire. That shit is gonna look fire.
It is going to look fire.
It's like it's like yo, people are gonna be like, yo, looking at that, and for me that spoke to me because it's like you wouldn't expect a homeless person to be modeling, same way as people didn't expect me to be modeling. You get me? Same way like it's like, nah, because you are ABCD, you can't do this. You get me? So that same thing that shoot and concept would have had, I relate to that. So that made me also like, oh, that's dope. But yeah, so that's like, yeah, I feel like I broke down the story pretty proper.
You did.
I'm glad. If anyone asks me, I'm just gonna direct them to this thing.
Like you did your brand justice.
Bless, thank you. Appreciate that. Also, sorry, just to like touch on it, like a lot of things, like I said, I always want to like show people respect, especially creatives within different spheres of like creativity, like designers. I want to show them respect. That's why I don't like think of myself as a designer, but more as just like a creative and like who gives creative direction and ideas, because I can't design a garment. You get me? Although I've like kind of like done pattern cutting and shit. I understand pattern cutting, but I don't like understand all the complexities that go into being a designer. It's like someone cooking at home and saying they're a chef. And it's like, there's levels, but you get what I'm saying?
There's levels.
There's levels to this thing, bro.
So
I'm not that, but the pieces that I create and the things that I do is usually drawn upon reference of like something that's been done before, but it's my perspective on it and how I can relate to that piece and want other people to relate to.
I want you back. I want you back, definitely. I think I still have a lot more questions. I still have. I'm mind blown.
Thank you.
I don't even wanna tell him like give people advice I feel like he's advised himself. You're on himself. I think people can learn a lot from just listening to how you've answered your question and the fact that the fact that you went into depth. I don't need to ask that question because I feel like you've done yourself justice. Not even what you do. I admire what he does. I think that is why I wanted to have you here. Your different makes you stand out. I know I've been exposed now to a lot of male models, a lot of people who are doing what you were doing, but nobody does like you. And I think I forgot to introduce him like this, but he's a man of his own league, guys. Like, I don't think. No, I'm gonna do him justice next time, you know. But anyway, please make sure that you like, subscribe, follow on every single platform. It's over.
Fine, I want to talk some more, but go on. Sorry, kind of intro.
Spam it, guys. Spam this video. Spam it on everything. Make sure that you stream it everywhere, and then I'll bring him back. And then whatever you didn't talk about, you'll touch.
Yeah. Also, I just want to like, yo, bro, I'm a fan of podcasting culture, interviewing culture, and like just like youth culture. So like, I would like to like watch this maybe the next time we have like the interview and like see like the part two and part one is always like so different.
It is.
And it's like, yo, where those people are in the next part, like where we are now and where we'll be then, it's like gonna be so different. And like looking back at this, it's gonna be dope.
Bye guys, love you guys so much.